I had a book of stories out, so I'll tell you why. And that came out, and my editor Jill from Norton called me up and said, "John, do you have a novel?" And I said, "No, I have another book of stories." And she said, "Do you have a novel?" And I said, "Oh yeah, in my drawer here." So I said, "I got to write a novel." And so I actually took a story that I had written and made it into a novel. Took the characters and wrote it, and it was so the first time you write a novel, you're teaching yourself how to write a novel, how this gets done. So it's like it does take time and persevere. You go there and you see things open up. Oh, like okay, I can now I found this character that I didn't know was even going to be here and all that. And you audition characters, and some of them pass the auditions and some don't. You cut those people out that don't pass it, and you go and wrote it, and it took a while. I don't know how long now. At least I'm sure at least 2 years, if not longer. Um, and then when I sent in a manuscript of 400 something pages, and Jill called me up and said, "Cut it in half." I said, "All right, I can do that." Like, who the hell do you think you are? 400 pages. So I cut it, and what I cut a lot of the past out, backstory out, and stayed in the present, and that was it. So that worked, and that was well. And since then, uh, once you do it, you have confidence. I can do this again. I can do it, and I know it's going to take time. And I believe that all writing is rewriting. It's all revision. I don't expect too much from a first draft. I just want to get things out there, go back and make it better in the second. And it's draft after draft after draft. It gets better and better. And then one day you say, well, I think all I got to do now is get the words right, and go back and look over that. So it's writing, rewriting, and writing and rewriting the whole way through. And then when you get to the end, you got a beginning, a middle, and end. Then you got to rewrite the whole thing again. At least go through it, and look through it. You don't have to change everything, of course, but some things are working and you realize I don't need this in here. This has nothing to do with the plot. So let me get rid of this. And do I have a plot? I need that. Are these characters, will these characters be understandable? And will the reader be sympathetic or empathetic with the characters? Try to understand them. And so you do all that. You just keep asking questions and keep rewriting and so it doesn't get easier. Uh, it takes sometimes it takes longer because you're more of a perfectionist in a way. Although that's not a good thing to be if you're a writer, just get it out there. Um, but you want to get it right. So yeah, so that's kind of it. You learned how to do it, you can do it again.